Priti, if we
Please go ahead.
yeah,
Just give one
if we are adding our config username and I mean email ID, so
Mm.
whenever I'm seeing git status, if I wanted to update the email ID for previously created files, is it
Mm.
possible?
If you want to update the email,
Yeah. See, whenever
see
I'm seeing git
the
status, it is
mm,
showing the username and password, whatever we are giving, right?
mm, mm,
So I try to
mm,
update that email ID.
mm.
Then I'm
You
seeing
can
the git
use the
status.
same command. You try the same command git config user.name and user.email. Again, run with the new values. It should be updated.
Yeah, it is updated for the
Okay, old
files,
ones, no,
whatever
old
the
ones you can't. Old ones you can't.
yeah.
See, the idea is actually to track the changes. Means earlier changes were made with this particular user and email. That's how it has to register who made the changes with what name, what email, and all. So you can't go
Mhm.
back and rewrite the log. It's a kind of log, right? So you can't
Okay,
do that.
okay. And one more thing, if I git commit
Mm,
without giving my hyphen m or something, it is opening the some like editor file,
mm.
and it is showing the whatever the files are to be committed. So I need to I need to uncomment that whichever need
Actually,
to be.
M flag is mandatory whenever you are committing. Okay, if you don't put that, it was opening the file. Means you have to add the commit there. It will save that commit message, that as a commit message. That's what it was trying to do. The one it was opening is a VI editor, Vim editor. Once we start Linux, I'll show you that Vim editor. That's an editor where you would
Yeah,
write your commit message.
okay, it's already giving the files to be committed in that, but it is commented.
Mm. Where it is commented.
You see, it is opening the one VA editor file,
Yeah.
right?
Mm, mm,
There, for example, the file three to be committed, it is giving file three, but the line is commented. So if I uncomment
mm.
and save it, it will go through, or do I need to do anything?
Can you send the screenshot of it so that I can answer the better?
Sure, sure, Preeti.
Share
Yeah,
it in the group, okay? So let me
yeah,
see. Because it will
sure,
open an editor, it will give an option to write a message. You have to write it and save it. But it will not show the file name. So that's why let me see exactly. So please send that screenshot.
sure, will do.
Any more queries?
So, Preeti, when we are starting every new day, are you going to take a recap of 5 10 minutes of last day?
A recap of the previous session, a quick recap we can
Yeah,
have.
quick recap only.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's begin. Like yesterday, we were talking about the version control systems, the architecture, the types of version control systems, right? And then we were trying to understand and register this architectural diagram. We were doing everything with respect to this architectural diagram, right? And then we have learned how to move the changes from working directory to staging area to local. This is what we have done actually. Only few commands. One is to install git, I mean the process like download and install git. Then after git is installed, creating a local repository with git in it, then git add, git commit, then git log, git status. These are the commands or these are the things we have done till now, right? Correct?
Yes.
Okay, so I
And
think the sequence is like when you install Git and then create a folder, then create a Git repository. Then in the Git bash, just add the username and email, and after that start checking the status, and then create the file, and then go ahead like Git add, Git commit, and Git status.
okay.
Yeah, because every
So,
time I was creating the directory, I was getting about that username and email message. So I,
Whenever you create a directory, you will not get that message. When you commit, you will get that message. You will be prompted to do it. When you are running commit command,
yeah, for a
you will
new
be
directory.
prompted.
Correct,
Uh,
correct. For a new directory.
Not for a new directory. On this particular machine, you will get. Means on this
Yes.
particular laptop, if you create another Git repo, you will not get. Only once you will get it. Because this is not first time I'm doing Git here, I didn't get the message. If you are doing first time, you will get that.
Hmm.
That's all. Only
Okay.
one time task.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there is another question from Devendra. Being personal laptop, we are adding username and details manually. How about in organization? Devendra, firstly, the one we are working here, if you see, we're still on local repository, the yellow box, right? We were still on local. We didn't go to remote. So whether it is your local or whether it is your organization, how to register the changes within local repository is up to you. You may be using your personal details, whatever, because when you push to remote, right, your changes will be registered with that particular remote repository address. So local repository, you can put anything. It doesn't matter. Actually, if it is a personal laptop, like it's an organization laptop, it will be registered with your computer ID, right? Default username and all. So after learning those things, before proceeding further, today we'll be learning about many other concepts and the commands. But before proceeding further, I would like to show you a editor which is widely used. What is an editor? Firstly, what is an editor?
Where we can edit our files.
Yeah, see, it's just like a editor, like Notepad, Notepad plus plus plus, right? You might be having so many editors. If you are Linux person, you will have VI editor, Vim editors, Nano editors, and so on. Similarly, there is a best editor which will be used by a DevOps person, right? Not only DevOps, any developers, everyone are using this, right? Which is nothing but VS Code editor. Even in the interviews or else companies, they were looking for hands-on on this VS Code editor. So just go to Google and type in VS Code editor. See, it's so good editor. It supports any languages, any scripting. It helps you in. Why should you go for editor? Why not Notepad? You are like you are using. This is how you can help writing a lot of scripts because it helps with syntax highlighting, right? Auto completion of the lines. All this it will handle. So just do this. Download for Windows. It will be downloaded into in the zip file. Extract the zip file. I believe you all know extracting a zip file, so I'm not going to that part. Extract the zip file and just open it. Once you install and extract into a folder, in the start menu, if you run VS, it means if you type VS Code Editor, see Visual Studio Code Editor. Even people like companies were looking for hands-on on this because this editor supports, like I said, all the languages. Even we write Terraform files here, Kubernetes here, Ansible, everything here. So also get used to it. It's just nothing but editor. That's all. So how do you do that? Go to file, create a new file and so on. Or else I just want to open my folder. Do you remember yesterday we have created a folder and we were checking this way, right? Yeah, this is the one. We were going to the folder from Windows Explorer like this and this is the editor. So you can open that in your VS Code editor. Just go here, file, open the folder. My folder is on desktop with the name repo1. So let's open this. See your folder, you can see the files here which you created. So you can check all the commands from here. Or else what you can do, here itself you can open this git bash. See, suppose I have installed git bash on my system, you can open this way. Or else go to the terminal, new terminal. Here itself, by default, PowerShell will be opened if you have PowerShell on your system. Otherwise, here you can choose your git bash. Git bash is already installed in my system. So see the same git bash window. You can run commands here or here. Anything is perfect. This would be convenient, right? So I see my files here. I can make modifications here itself. Got it right, everyone? Yeah.
Can you show us once
Yeah.
again?
Which part you want me to show?
After downloading, we
Downloading
can.
from the start menu, type in VS Editor and open this. Okay, then
Okay.
go to File, New, open the folder. Click it
Okay.
and open the folder, whichever you want. That's all.
Okay. Means like only browse folder.
That's all. It's a self-explanatory. Okay, nothing technical in here. Just an editor. Like you, even Notepad also, you will open the same way. Anything. Notepad plus plus. Go to File menu and browse your files to open. Or else, if you want to create here itself. And
Uh,
from here, you open the terminal.
Pretty one question.
Hmm.
Let's say you said that we can open any editor from here, like PowerShell, Bash, and
Not editor,
Terraform
terminals.
terminal. Okay.
Hmm.
So for opening the terminal, do we need to have it installed on our system
Yes,
or
we have
without?
to install. Firstly, this should be installed on your system. Then only you will see these options here.
Yes.
PowerShell, Git, Bash, command prompt. Otherwise, you will not see.
Okay.
You
Okay.
have to install them. Otherwise, if Git Bash is not installed, you will not see this option. If
Yes. Yes.
PowerShell is not installed, you will not see this option.
Got it.
All right, now let's come back. This is about editor part. This gives you a lot of convenience to edit your files, save your files, manage your files. If you feel that you are not comfortable using it, you go with Notepad. But I would suggest everyone to do this. Maybe later, tomorrow also, at least you need it. Mandatory, I can say. Okay. Now, yeah, we have some files. Let's come to the Git part now. So there were some files. I just want to know what is happening. Let me run Git status. Anything is same. You may run here, or if you feel this another window comfortable, you can do this. Anything is fine and same. So it was saying, okay, there is some changes here. Okay, I just want to save it because it's not a new file. Git commit -a means add and commit message. Commit message is like, okay, all files done or some message. Okay, done. You can clear the screen with clear command. Then again get status. It says it was clean and yeah, get ls files. It will show both the files. Fine. It was all good. Now I would like to take up another scenario. Okay, this scenario which I'm going to take up now will cover the new commands as well as it will also help you revise the old concepts. Okay, you may consider this as a recap. Okay, so let me show you. So now I'm going to create a new file and I want you to help me how to proceed here. Okay, I'm going to create a new file. Let's say this is how you can create files here. Okay, file 3, a new file. Let's say, okay, another new text file or whatever, a dummy line. If you know Java or if you know already, if you know how to write Terraform scripts, you can write. Actually, in real time, as a DevOps person, these will be our Terraform files or Kubernetes manifest or Ansible playbooks, whatever it is, right? But just now, for now, dummy files. So don't bother about the content and all. So yes, I have created a file. Now I want to put this into local repository. But before that, tell me, where is this file?
Working directory.
Working it. Also see
Yeah.
the advantage of using Git Bash. It will show you. Also, if you keep the cursor, do you see that untracked, right?
Yeah.
That's another advantage of VS Code Editor. It will clearly show you about the changes, right? So I just want to save this. Git add, right? Add this file. And then again check the status. So it was showing you as a file 3. I have added. Now git.
Pretty bit. And now it is showing A right beside
Mm,
that file 3. So
mm,
A means it is added.
yeah.
It's untracked. Okay.
Mm. So now I just want to see changes to be committed. Now means where is the file now? Where are the changes?
At staging.
In the stage.
Yeah, in the staging area. So I would like to add this. So third file added. Okay, done. So you can see all of them were added. Now if you see the status, it was all clean. Perfect, right? It was working as expected. We have already learned this. Now I would like to make some modifications to this file, right? Even this part also we learned, but let's say like, yeah, I want to add a new line, right? So I'm adding a new line. Now tell me, like this particular modification is in which area? Like where is this particular line? Where is this modification?
At working only.
Working directory.
Working directory. And
Yeah.
if I run git status, what would be the message?
One untracked change.
Will it be untracked change? Hmm?
Yeah, for third file.
Untracked file.
No, it won't be untracked because it is not. It's
See,
modified.
modified.
One
M means
change.
modified. It
One
was
change.
Yeah.
It
Pending
was
to.
like unstaged. Yeah. See here, not staged means unstaged, that's all, but it's not untracked. So try to understand the difference between untracked and unstaged. If you want to check your expertise or check your understanding on Git, this could be a question from the interview also. Like what would be an unstaged change and what could be an untracked change? What is the difference? What is meant by untracked change? What is meant by unstaged change? Where are this? Yes, both are in working directory only, right? But untracked, when you will see this?
When we create a new file.
For a new file, when the
When we
file is
create a
not at
new
all
file
added
and
and staged, yeah, you will see it like untracked. But when you see it as a when you will see unstaged, file is already added, but only modifications. When you have
Yeah.
modifications, correct? So understand this difference and have a clarity here. So yeah, I got some. Now the file is having unstaged changes, correct?
Yeah.
Yes or not? So now git diff file3.txt. See, git diff will show you unstaged changes of the file, right? Like what is the unstaged change? You have some unstaged change in this file, right? This was the unstaged change. It has got some unstaged change. Yeah, it was showing unstaged changes. Okay, fine. At this point, I would like to add those changes, stage those changes. What is the command to stage them?
Git add
Git add.
file name.
Yeah. So now if you do again git status, changes to be committed. Now tell me, is it having any unstaged changes?
No.
So what this command will show now? See, nothing,
Empty.
because it doesn't have unstaged change. But what kind of changes it's having? It has got staged changes, correct? Changes to be committed means they were in the staging area, staged changes. So if you want to see the staged changes of the file, see the same lines were staged, so it was showing you the same. Got it, everyone? So to see staged changes of the file, git diff staged flag in the file name. To see unstaged changes of the file, git diff file name. Got the difference, everyone? The two commands. Let's do one thing. Now you may commit, but what I would
Priti, 1 minute.
tell me,
Here,
please.
you are seeing either git diff staged file name or git diff file name. So it is showing as the content of the file, right? So you are making the changes, so you know that what was so a new line added. If I'm the new one, and just I executed the command give diff or file name, so how will I come to know what is that?
You will be like, it will show you this file is having staged changes. That's all. This file is having some staged changes.
Okay, so I won't come to know that which content is modified into that.
No, not exactly.
Okay.
File3.txt.
Can you
Right,
repeat?
whether you do.
Can you please
Either
repeat
you.
both
Yes,
commands
please go
again?
ahead. Huh?
Both command once again. Stage and with flag and without flag.
Both commands.
What will be the difference? You said.
Git diff file name and git diff without this flag.
Yeah.
One command is having staged flag, means it will show you staged changes. Without this staged flag, it will show you unstaged changes of that file.
Okay. Okay.
See, now what I'm doing is I'm going to this file, I'm making one more change. Okay, like another line added. I'm saving this. Now tell me, is this file having staged change, unstaged changes or not?
Stage.
Yes, unstaged changes.
Right, it has got unstaged changes. Which line is unstaged?
Third line.
Right, so unstaged changes should be seen here. Can you see that? Yeah. So you can see the unstaged changes. And also this file is having staged changes, isn't it? Right? So this file even have the staged changes as well. So that's how you can see. Now the same file is having some changes staged, some changes unstaged, isn't it? Here, the tricky part is your file may have both staged and unstaged changes. At that point, if you run status, see, it is showing the same file, file3 under changes to be committed. Means where is this file or where are the changes?
At stage.
Stage.
Staging area. And changes not staged means where is it?
Working
Working
directory.
directory.
Working directory means sometimes the same file might be shown both in the staging area and working directory. You don't need to confuse. This could be the logic. Simple logic. Few lines after adding few lines, I might have staged it. Later again, some changes might have been done. Understood. So that could be the scenario. So you should never confuse. This could be another important question. Can the same file be in both staging area and working directory? When will this happen? So this is another scenario. Right? These are all scenario based questions. Got it right, all of you?
Yeah.
Understood, everyone?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right? So let's suppose now, yeah, I want to put everything into the local. So I have to add and commit. So I can use -a, -m, right? Third file changes completed or whatever. Right? Then if you see the status, everything is perfect, clean, all got into the local repository. Right? So this is how you can work with your files. Good to go. Any questions or confusions here?
Can you please
Uh,
explain that diff command again, like git diff and
See, don't try to memorize the commands now or don't try to write the commands or copy the commands because all these commands are there in the website for you refer with explanation. Even those commands were there in the drive as well. Okay, to understand the concepts. You can't memorize the commands in one go. That will not be possible. If you concentrate on memorizing or remembering the commands, you will lose the concept because you will be deviated in memorizing the things.
yes.
But anyway, yeah, these are the commands. Okay, this is for unstaged changes. This is for staged changes.
Hello, Preeti. I have a
Hmm.
doubt.
Tell me.
As you said, like there is a stage changes as well as the unstaged changes for a file.
Hmm.
But at the time of committing that change for a file 3,
Hmm.
you didn't add that file 3 changes. You directly commit those changes. So is it
I committed with a flag. A means add. Because it's not a new flag, because it's unstaged, I can do with a single command this way, right?
Yeah.
That's what I did. Because it has got
okay?
unstaged changes, I should add. I have added this way -a, -m. Because it's
Okay.
not a new file, I can do it like this. If it's a new file, I have to do it separately, git add, then only git commit. But it's just unstaged, it's not untracked file. Yesterday we have seen discuss this command. If it is an untracked, I should do separate commands. Git add for this, git add, git commit.
Yeah, got it. Thanks.
Right. So now that we understood the diff and how changes can be in staging and working directory, now let's proceed and talk about another concept called removing the file. See, till now we created the file. Also, we modified the file. How about removing or deleting a file, isn't it? So you can again recollect the words we discussed yesterday. Git works with respect to changes. Your change means it could be creating a file, deleting a file, or modifying, right? Anything. So let us try deleting a file and see how it works. Okay. So now what I'm doing, git rm. Rm command will help you delete the file. Git rm, not simple rm. Simple rm is a Linux command. I'm talking about git rm, the file name, because let's say, see this file one, later I realized we don't need this file. Okay, like the requirements were completely changed. I don't want the script placed here. I just want to remove it. So I'm just removing this. See, at the back end, you can see there is no file. This file is no more. And yeah, now if you do git ls files, see it is removed from local repository as well. Like change is happening, right? Also, if you do the status, see change happened, but changes to be committed. Like I said, like we understood till now, any change you make should be committed. The same is the case here. It was that this particular change, what is the change here? Deletion. This deletion was in the staging area. So if you want to just commit them, like you want to put the change in local also, git commit -a, add, you don't need, actually it's already in staging, -m, deleted the file, right? Why you need a commit? You may be asking, okay, file is deleted, why you have to move it to local? Like I said, see, the change is in staging area, means the deletion is in staging area. I want to delete it in local also. So you have to do this. Also, when you do this, right, a commit ID will be generated, which is very important. See, it was all clean. Okay, now if you do git ls files also, anyway, it's not there in staging itself. Okay, but a commit ID is generated. This is important for us. See, this is the commit ID generated when you delete the file. Why it is important, I'll tell you. Registering this or committing this change and registering this is important, right? So that's how you delete a file. Means git rm command, what it does? It deleted the file completely from local repository as well as from working directories, and it's no more in this folder as well. Completely gone, right?
Priti, one
Like,
question.
when we delete it from it will
Mm.
be first from the stage. So can
Yeah.
we consider it like current? It is deleted from the folder, but it is still in recycle bin, like in Windows. And when we remove it from recycle bin, it is completely removed from
Hello,
the Windows.
Correct, a kind of.
Yes.
hello. I'm unable to hear you, Preeti. Like,
May I know who is this? Please check your audio and headset, I mean audio part, because like everyone is able to hear me.
Priti, we can check that in a history also,
Which history?
which has been deleted or added, previously added and now deleted.
In the log, yeah. Log history you can check. See, this is the one. This is the commit. Yes.
You see, if we remove the file, okay, and we didn't commit it, so file will be there until unless we commit the deletion
File
file.
will be there in local repository.
Yeah. So
It
means
is deleted from staging area, but still it's in local repository.
okay.
Right?
So after committing the change for delete, is there any way to recover it or get it
We can
back?
recover. Yes, that's another concept. We'll see that as well. Yes, you can
Okay.
recover.
Yeah, because already it is maintaining the versions, right? So
Hmm. Yes, correct.
Priti,
Yep, please. tell me.
can we create or delete the multiple files at a time?
Git rm file name separated by spaces you can do, but we don't do that because we need a proper commits for each one. Means I would prefer doing it separately because I'll have a commit for each deletion.
Okay.
You can do it, but
Or else can we create multiple files and then can we give commit for all the files at a time? So like it will
git
show.
commit we are doing, right? Git
Yes.
commit message that will commit all the changes whichever there in the staging area.
Okay. Okay.
Like
Right.
let's say new staging area, you have 5 files. When you run git commit -m, all those 5 will be committed. If you want to do a specific file also, we have done in yesterday's class. Any more queries here? See, please put the queries to the topic. Like we were talking about RM, put the questions to that. Okay, revert, anything else? Yeah, we are going to cover. Okay, those questions,
Priti,
if not covered by the end of the session, you can put those questions. Tell me,
Priti, this
please.
is Srinath. Yeah, can you please repeat the concept just now you explained 2 minutes back? I was like unable to hear you at that time.
See, I'm just trying to show you removing the files from a Git repository. Just
Okay.
the removing a file from the repository, that's all. Explaining entire concept would not be fair enough for the benefit of the whole audience group. But what I
No,
can
no,
say,
just yeah,
yeah,
just last 2 minutes one only. Yeah.
that's what I'm just showing how to delete the file.
Okay, okay.
Delete the file using git rm. This will delete the file both from working directory, means you don't see the file here at all, like in your directory, and also it will delete from local. After deletion, you should commit.
Okay,
Like why
Priti.
you should commit, like any change you make in the repository, you should commit the change.
Okay,
Okay, now I
okay.
would like to show you another interesting part here. Let's say now I want to remove this file 3. Okay, git rm cached file 3. What is the difference here between git rm and git rm cached? So the difference is, let's suppose this file 3, yes, I don't want to put it in the local repository because let's say file 3 is some documentation or a personal notes I have taken for the project. I don't want to version control it or I don't want to share it with others. But by mistake, I have placed in the local repository. Okay, but yeah, later I realized it's a document. It's a documentation or a kind of notes I have taken to the project. So I just want to remove it. So what RM cache will do? It will delete from local repository, but it will keep a copy on the working directory. Here you will still have a copy. Understood? Yeah, you will still have a copy here. Means you need the document for reference, right? But you don't want to put it in the local repo. So git rm cache can do that. Let's see, it says it was removing, but file is still there. I can just go through it. I can use the notes. I still have my notes. Okay. Also, after this, do git ls files. Right? It was removed from staging area as well. But your changes, it was there in your folder in directory, right? Also check the status at this point, right? It was saying changes to be committed. Yeah, because the changes in the staging area, same changes in your staging area. So commit the change, git commit -m delete file 3, right? So it was done now. Now if you see the status, okay, before seeing the status, I would like to repeat the difference. Git rm will delete the file from your directory, from your folder, as well as from local repository. Whereas git rm cache will delete it from local repository, but the file will be still in your folder. Let's say it will be still in your working directory. See, if you keep the cursor like untracked, it was like again a new file. And if you do status, see, why was it still showing about this file? Why was it showing untracked? Can anyone answer?
It's not added to the staging and local repository.
Correct. It was just like a new file. I removed it from staging area and local repository, but it was still there in working directory. Means git rm cached will remove it from staging area and local repository, but your changes will be still there in the working directory. Whereas git rm, it will delete completely from working directory, staging area, and local. Got the difference? But I want it, right? I just want this notes, this project documentation, I need it. So Git will show, keep on showing this way. Because see, this is the folder, repo1 is the folder. See, this is the folder, I have done Git in it. Means I asked Git to track anything present in this folder. Any files, any subfolders in this particular repo1 will be tracked and version controlled by Git because we did Git in it there. Git will be keep on tracking whatever present here. So Git will be keep on asking us to add and commit, please add and commit. But let's say I don't want Git to do it. I want Git to exclude this file from tracking. I don't want Git to track this. How can I tell Git not to track this? How to tell Git not to track this file?
By using git ignore.
Remove from staging.
There is a possibility. There is another object, Git object called Git ignore. Right? Using this dot git ignore, we can ask Git not to ignore this file anymore. Okay, so Git ignore. So it was another file. Just create one more file. Name it as, you should name it as dot git ignore only. It is also a hidden file. Okay, and whichever files you don't want Git to version control, whichever files you don't want Git to track, put those file names and save it. Okay, so in reality, which files you will do this, which files, I mean, where do you use this? Yes, we use this in many places. For example, if you take Terraform projects, there will be something like Terraform state files where all sensitive data will be stored. I don't want to push the state files, sensitive data, all the infrastructure information will be there in state files. I don't want to version control them. I don't want to push to GitHub and share it with others. So I don't want Git to track them. But those files are very important. They are mandatory to stay in the directory. So I'll put them in Git ignore. Similarly, some Ansible sensitive data, all of that. Right? That's where .git ignore will be used. I'm explaining the concept here. As we go by and start other tools, we'll also see its practical implementation. Right? So, but this is the concept. Not only that, not only for our Terraform, there might be, let's say, from developers' perspective, or else for anyone, there might be some log files generated. So many log files I don't want to track. Star.log means it will also accept wild characters. Wild characters means special characters like this. Star means anything. Anything with the extension .log should be ignored, or else anything with a executable should be ignored. So you can handle multiple files this way with the wild characters as well. And whatever file names you put here, Git will not track them. See, already this was not being tracked. If you run the status now, see, it was no more bothering about file 3. But .git ignore is also, after all, another file. You have to add and commit, but file 3, still it is there in the repository. I mean, sorry, still it is there in the working directory, but Git will no more track it. But as git ignore is also a file, add it. Git ignore, add it because it's a new file. First add it, then commit it. Git ignore, add it. Right? Done. Now if you see git status, cool. Git ls files, you will no more see file 3, but it is still there in your working directory, but it's not being tracked by Git. Am I clear? Understood?
Pretty
Interesting,
one
right?
question.
Yes, please.
You created dot git ignore. So is this a directory or is this a file where we
File.
can file?
That's why
Okay.
in this file I have written this. It's a file.
Yeah, because when we create a new directory, when we installed the git bash and when we created the directory, there was a folder with a dot prefix. It
That
is
is
kind
a
of hidden.
different.
Okay, okay,
.git, it's a folder which will be created when you initialize. Every repository will have .git.
okay. So this git dot git ignore is a file where we can mention which files are not to be tracked. while
Yeah.
committing. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Priti, one more
Priti,
question.
I have a
If
quick
repo
question.
one,
Uh, so, as
Yeah.
we added the dot git ignore file in the working directory, so when we do ls, when we run the ls command, so that dot git ignore file should be shown in the working directory also. No? Could you please run the ls command?
LS?
Yes. Then why the dot git ignore file is not showing?
Because it's a hidden file.
Okay.
Hidden file will be seen with
So when we
ls
push the
minus a.
dot git ignore like on the remote, so the means other persons also can see what are the files I have untried.
Yes,
Like
they can see. Yeah. When you push to remote, others can see, don't get ignored.
Priti, repo one, if you have any subfolder into that,
Hmm.
so
If we
it
have any
will.
subfolders, okay, even that will be treated like a file because this is a local repository. If you have subfolders, everything will be version controlled by Git. And if you add that subfolder as Git add that folder name, all the contents in that subfolder will also be added recursively. Same is the case when you do a commit.
Okay.
So this is about ignore and diff commands. Yeah. Anyone? Any more?
Just I have added one subfolder, but I'm seeing I'm not able to see Git status into that or nothing.
You can share the screenshot. Yeah, please share the screenshot. Let me see what you have added and how it was shown. Yeah, please
Okay.
post the
Yep.
screenshot in the group.
Sure.
All right. So now that we have made a bunch of commits, when you do git log, right, you are seeing a bunch of commits this way, right? So, like, yeah, by the time, but like by 1 week or 2 weeks, you may have so many commits. Later, if you realize to undo a commit, what is meant by undo? What is the meaning of undo? What is the
Revert,
dictionary meaning of undo? General meaning.
revert, reverting.
Reversing, right? Means
Previous,
if
yeah,
you did something the opposite of it. Means let's say if I have created a file, undo means it will be deleted, right? Or
remove,
else if
yeah.
I have deleted a file, undo means your file will be back. Right? That's the meaning of undo. Similarly, you can undo any particular commit ID. Means you can undo, let's suppose if I undo this, whatever changes happen here. See, your commit is not always about one single file. Like I told you, whatever in the staging area will be committed. So if you undo a commit, whatever changes in that particular commit, all of them will be reversed. Right? So
Yeah.
let me show you. Let me undo this. So if I undo, what happens? Like functionality wise, this commit is adding ignore file. So if I undo this, what should happen?
Git ignore will be deleted.
Deleted means file 3 we should be tracked, correct? So let us try seeing this. So how do you undo? With something called git revert that particular commit ID. See here, understand one thing clearly. Suppose, see, I can't write the whole commit ID. I'm writing it as A. Okay, suppose the commit ID is A. If you undo, it becomes B. Okay, again, okay, let's talk about this part. So your commit A, when you are reverting, another commit ID will be generated, which is called B. And what changes will be there in B, which are opposite to A? Okay, just understand that much. Now, let's put the commit ID. Right, git revert. And one more thing, like I said, it will generate a commit ID, right? It works like another commit, like it works like a commit command. Revert works like a commit. It will also generate a commit ID. Every revert will generate a new commit ID. That's what A commit is there. When you revert, a B commit will be generated. Okay. Also, you have to provide a message. You can provide it this way. When I run, see, this is what some of you are asking at the beginning, right? I don't remember who asked, but some of you are asking, It will open this way. Is this you are saying? This message is like commented. I think this is what you are saying. So yes, this is a editor. Okay, VI editor. How to work with it? You have to do escape I. Escape I. This is the message. You write your message here. I would like to put it as revert get ignore. Okay, you edit this message. Don't edit the things behind this, means later changes. This will be all the same. It will show you the same. So now escape I means you will come to insert mode. I'll teach this Vim editor separately, but now escape I insert mode. Again escape. It just goes to this is called command mode. Its insert is no more. Now colon WQ exclamatory means WQ exclamatory means save and close the file. This is very simple, little practice you want. Okay, this documentation of how to work with it is also there in the drive. Now that is saved. See, this is the message saved. Like I told, revert will generate a ID, right? Revert will generate a commit ID. Let's see whether generated or not. Yeah, see, this is the ID generated with the message I have given. And how about this? At the back end itself, you can see .git ignore is gone. File 3 is being tracked. You can confirm it with status. Yes, file 3 is being tracked again. Got it, everyone. Likewise, you have deleted some files. You have commits here. You can revert them. Your file will be back, which were deleted, like file 1, whatever. Got it, all of you? Now there is another interesting thing here. Okay, fine. This is A, this is B. I got my changes back. Sorry, I got opposite. My file is gone. But let's say I want this again. I want the changes back. Whatever in C I want back. So I can revert the revert again, which will be C, which will be same as A. Do you agree this cycle? Yeah, A commit is there. When you revert like B, then again you revert another commit ID, but the changes will be same as A. Correct? So let us do this. Revert the revert is nothing but whether it is a revert or a commit, you will get the commit ID, which is important. Now I'll revert that again. Revert this. Okay. Again, see, it will ask for a message. Escape I. Insert mode. Now I don't want this. I just want revert again. Okay. Then colon WQ exclamatory. Okay. So done. Git revert is done. It was saying it was done. Again, check the log. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is A, this is B, this is C. But C will be same as A, right? C at the back end. Your ignore file is back. File 3 is no more tracked. To confirm
So
git
it will be time to
status.
it will time to
So,
time create a new one. It will create a new ID every time.
yes, new commit ID. Yes,
Okay.
that's what I referred as A, B, C, 3 different commit IDs. But the changes in C and A are same. Because see, you created a file, you undo, file got deleted. You again undo, file will be created. Simple logic, right?
Yeah, means that time D will create. Means if you will
Initially,
again,
file is there. I undo, it's deleted. Again, I undo. So, which is same as starting point.
and if again you will delete, so one new ID will generate.
Yes, it will generate. It is not, we should not say again we delete, again we revert.
Okay.
Yeah, technically delete has different meaning in Git, right?
Yeah.
What
But yeah, that's
if we want to delete only one file in git ignore if we have more than one files?
we
Want to
cannot here see first thing technically we should call revert. What your question is, how do you want to revert a particular file, right? You cannot revert a particular file or a particular change because you revert the commit IDs. If you see the command also, You provide the commit ID, not the file name. Do you see that?
Yes.
Right? You have nothing to do with a single file or single particular change, particular set of no. You always work with respect to commits. Got it?
Yeah.
So that's about ignore and revert. These are all interesting things. Like yeah, revert whenever you want to undo. That's how you can do revert. But by mistake, if you have reverted, you can revert the revert. Whether you are reverting the revert or commit, it doesn't make any difference. Just you need the commit ID. That's all.
And in a history, we can check that how many times we had done revert.
Hmm?
In a history,
Hmm.
we can.
History. I mean, sorry. Git log. History will be checked with git log. You will not see any difference except your message. So that's why you should give proper commit message. Otherwise, it's just like any other commit. You have to give proper commit message. I mean, or revert message, whatever it is. Either you call it as revert message or commit message. This will help you understand what is in there. Otherwise, you can't identify anything, any difference from the history. Okay, so this is a way to revert. Do some hands-on, try different scenarios. You might be having so many things in your mind. What if we do this way? What if we delete the other way and all? So try doing it from your end. Okay, like experiment a few things, few scenarios. Yeah, get back to me if you have any questions. You can post it in the channel, in the group, sorry. Okay, in the WhatsApp group. So that's about revert. Now, I'll show you another interesting part. See, I have got some bunch of comments. See, remember, you should remember here, we were still on local. We didn't go to remote because like I said, we have so many things we need to master in local before we go to remote. Then only we'll go to remote. All right. So yeah, we have got bunch of commits. But let's suppose then like after a week, let's say I'm working on this from a week or a month. Then later I realize I don't need this successive 7 commit IDs or successive 5 commit IDs. Is it possible? I don't need in the sense I don't need any changes in all these 6 commit IDs, as well as I don't want this history also. I want to discard them from the log history as well. Means, see, I'm sure I don't need them anymore. Then why to keep it in the log history, right? I want to discard all of them. Means I want to delete all these commit history from the log. Like how is that possible? Yeah. Also here, I want to discard certain commit IDs. It should be successive. It's not that you just undo. I mean, you just wipe off this one. No, successive 6 commits or 4 commits or 5 commits. That is possible. So that's where comes something called reset into picture. Reset. Reset is to discard a successive commit IDs from your repository, like successive 4 or successive 5, whatever it is. And also, if you notice, this is your commit history, right? The topmost one is important. There are something like pointers in Git. Okay, one such pointer is called head. Head will be always pointing to the topmost or the latest commit ID. See here, head. Head is a pointer which points to the topmost or the latest commit in the particular repository. Now, if I want to reset, I would like to reset top 4 or top 5 or successive 4, successive 6, whatever it is. So how to do that? Let's say I want to like these 3. Means I want to get rid of all the changes happen here, as well as I want to discard everything from here, right? So how to do that? Git reset hard. Okay, first 3, let's suppose first 3. Then if first 3 are gone, your head will be moved to this particular commit. Am I correct? Head pointer will be moved to this because this becomes the latest.
Yeah.
So how you can do this is git reset hard head pointer tilde 3 means successive 3 comments can be wiped off. All right. and your head will be in this particular C24E5B. So just run this command. See, it's saying head is now on this commit. Let's see the log. See, all the above are gone. You don't have anything about that. Also, changes were gone. See at the back end. The changes, the functionality in those 3 commits were also gone. That's why it's been tracked. Right? It was clearly showing you they were all gone. This is how you do reset. Suppose, let's say, okay, I again want to undo these 3. Again the same command. Or else there is another way to do this. Instead of putting head ~3, see if I remove these 3, which will be the, where will be the head pointer? Where will be head pointing to?
42B, third file.
This one, right? Right. This is where your head pointer will be. Head will be changed. Your head will be changed. That's what is reset. See, head will be changed. So put that ID. You can also do this. Whichever you want to become the topmost, you can do this. Or else you can do head ~4 or 3, whatever. Both are same. See, now this became the topmost. Different ways of doing it. This is one way, whichever you want to be the topmost commit, or else how many successive commits you want to get rid of. You can also do that.
Preeti, can we do undo for these also, which we have?
I'll come to that part. Yeah, because it works differently. I'll explain this first and I'll come to that part in 2
Sure.
minutes.
Yeah.
So now, let's say I just want
If we
only
want to
2
delete
commits.
the lower third line,
Not possible. Not possible. Only
like
successive 4 or successive 3, or else you want this to be top means successive
yeah,
4 will be gone.
okay.
If you want only this means successive 5 will be gone. That's how. Or else only these 2 you want to discard, then this you should give. This will be topmost. Not a random.
So it
Random
will be
remove. Okay, okay.
it
Random
will be
removal is not possible.
it will work from top to
The
bottom.
last 2 lines we can't delete, right?
See, I'll differentiate them. Just give me a minute. I'm making this as a topmost. So git reset. Git log, see, only these 2 commits were there, only these 2 changes, changes corresponding to those 2 commits were there. So I have discarded so much of log history. Can I get it back?
Yeah.
This will answer all of your questions. Now I'm talking about the differences. We did revert, okay, reset. The changes you discarded cannot get back. You cannot get them back. Changes gone are gone forever. Okay, you cannot get them back. Why you cannot get them back? Another reason is it will not generate a commit ID. CID means commit ID. Okay, just understand it's a commit ID. It will not generate a new commit ID. If you have got new commit ID, you can do git revert that commit ID and your changes can be like reverted, right? But that's not possible. Whereas in revert, whatever changes gone, you can get them back, right? But reset, that's not possible. Yeah, also revert will generate a commit ID whenever you do it, so that using that commit ID again you can revert and get them back. But that's not possible with reset. So which one should you should use? Which one do you feel is safe?
Revert is
Revert is always
Revert
safe.
is the one which we
safe.
regularly use. This is the safe and the best practice.
Yes.
Reset is very rarely used. It is also called as destructive command because by mistake you have discarded something. They are gone forever. You can never get them back. Right? Also another difference. Reset, you can just reset only successive commits. Successive means continuous, topmost. Successive means like one after the other, right? Successive 4, successive 5. Topmost latest successive commits. This one, any random commit ID can also be reverted. Clear now? Hope this answers your questions.
Yeah. Reset means kind of shift delete invert.
You consider any analogy, but yeah. A kind of permanent removal, including the log history. But in revert, log history will not be wiped off, right? So you can put some analogy for it, like, but this is how it is.
Yeah, Preeti, is there any way who did that on the reset?
No,
Can we
no,
track that?
no. This is for local only, right? We were still on local, remember? We were on
Yeah,
local.
local only, but if it is, I mean, say for example,
Local
if it
means
is the
it's
shared,
confined to you only. Remember, local means I'm still, these changes are confined to me only. I did not share it with others. Isn't it? Local repository, where will be the local repository? See this yellow part. Yeah, it's my
yes,
local
yes.
computer. I did not share it with others.
All these activities before pushing only, right?
Ah, before push, yes.
Once
So
it
those
will
are confined for myself. If they are gone, of course, I'm at loss. I have to do a lot of rework, which would be havoc, which may cause some adverse effects at times. That's why be careful even. But no other person doesn't changes doesn't come in picture here, right? So this is about reset, a destructive and a powerful command. It's not a command which we use on general basis, regular basis. When you're very much sure, okay, I don't need this bunch of changes anymore. I don't want to maintain the log also for them. If you're very sure, if you're crystal clear about what you are doing, then you can do it, right?
Yeah.
And the commands for a quick glance, reset. Okay, and then revert commands. All of these commands were there in the drive. Okay, in the website. I'll also show you to the right page in the website at the end. So let me tell you one more thing. If you have noticed, do you see here hard? Yeah. What is this hard? There
Hard
are
means
different.
forcefully.
Yes, tell me please.
Hard means forcefully, na? We are forcing it to delete that. Means reset that.
In Git, it has got different meaning. There are different types of resets, right? These resets, people feel like it's an advanced concept, a very bit complex concept. But this chart will help you understand all the types of resets very easily. You don't need to learn this to this extent, but just a quick reference so that like you should be having some idea of it, and also you can understand this very easily. So let me explain you this. This is an additional part, an additional stuff you can say. So reset. There are different types of resets. This chart will ease the concept. Hard, soft, mixed. Okay. You have to just put here instead of hard, soft and mixed. What are these resets? See, if you do hard reset, like we did, your changes will be wiped off from everywhere completely. Means your changes are gone completely. Whereas in soft reset, your changes will be still there in staging area. Right? Means if you want to get the changes back to local repository, what you have to do if the changes are in staging area?
Need to commit.
You commit, you get the changes back. Right? After doing soft reset, if you commit, you get the changes back to local repository. But in mixed reset, your changes will be present in working directory, will be removed from here. Right? So if you want to get the changes back, what you should do here?
To add and commit.
Add and commit, you will get the changes back. Means soft and mixed reset, there are chances of getting your changes back. But hard reset is the destructive part. Just if you have knowledge on hard reset, that's fine, because we don't use reset at all. Like I said, it's very rare. This is to have some idea, and also maybe just for some interview point of view, if someone want to test you on rare concept, there might be some interviewers who want to put challenges or who want to put some rare questions. So then this should be the case. Just having an idea is enough. Hope this chart will help you. A quick reference during the point of interview or somehow. Is this much clear for all?
Yeah.
Right? That's about the types of reset. There should not be a confusion, or it should not be any more complex concept. So that's about the reset. So what are all the things we have discussed today? Initially, we started talking about diff commands, right? Then we started talking about git ignore. And then we started discussing about diff, git ignore. Then what next? Revert, right? And then reset. These are the things we have discussed. There are many more things coming up. Let's talk about a simple branch. Good to go, or any questions in this part? See, a rigorous and daily hands-on is a must. Okay, I'll also guide you through the scenario-based questions in the website at the end of the session. But regular hands-on is a must. Okay, so do thorough practice on this, play around with these commands. Okay, you might have like your references as running notes or whatever you feel like, but do thorough practice. So once we are done with all of this, there comes another important and a very interesting concept called branching in Git. Branching is the concept in Git which made it so famous. Means the branching feature in Git allows the real development or real release process of your work, right? So let's talk about this branches.
Preeti, after completion of this course, so which course you will suggest to complete?
Complete what?
Like public cloud.
Public cloud. See, this course is about DevOps, Amrita. Okay, DevOps completely we'll be learning here. This will give you an idea, not only an idea, an experience to work on DevOps strategies, be it on-prem or on cloud. Okay, also in this course, we'll be covering AWS services where you'll get clarity on all the AWS services a DevOps person should know. So you will be comfortable to work on AWS cloud. You will be comfortable to work with DevOps strategies on any cloud as well. That is the agenda. So once this course is done, you don't need to take a separate course to get into a DevOps role or switch your career as a DevOps engineer. If you have a specific requirement you are talking about, then elaborate your question, please.
No, like there are multiple public cloud certifications are there. So which one we should prefer?
Certifications are not mandatory. I would not suggest to take up any certification after this course. Certifications one should take after gaining experience. Means, let's say you worked on DevOps, you worked on DevOps on AWS for 3 years or 2 years, then you can take up those certificates. Let's say, or else you learned this DevOps, you switched your career as a DevOps person, then you have done on Kubernetes for at least 2 years, 3 years, then you can go for Kubernetes certification or then cloud. But let's suppose you did not work, but still you want to work on the certification. So it depends on individual choices. But no certification is mandatory, or the course would not be incomplete without those certifications. Those are personal preferences and choices.
Yeah, okay.
Like you, let's say you are interested after this course, I want to show my expertise in Kubernetes. I want to become a Kubernetes professional or Terraform certified professional. So those depends on individual preferences, which are not mandatory or which will not make this course incomplete. Right? Okay. So yeah, let's talk about the concept of branching. And also, I would suggest whoever joined the next days, maybe yesterday or today, they were also new joiners. I would suggest you to go through the first day session, at least a quick go through. Right there, I have given an overview, a better overview in the complete session. So I would request everyone to go through whoever joined after first session. All right. So what is this branch? See, till now we have made so many changes in our repository, right? I have done git init, then local repositories created. I made so many files, deleted, reverted, then lot of things. Where is all of this happening? Have you ever noticed? See here, there is something like master. Even here in the git bash, you will see something like master. Not only that, like whenever you do git status, you might have noticed that it says on branch master. Right, till now we ignored this. We were concentrating on this part. But now, what is this on branch master? Always it shows this. Yeah, this is nothing but a default branch or a main branch which will be there in your local repository. Means whenever you create a local repository, this branch will be created by default. Right, this is called default branch or main branch, whatever you call. and whatever changes you have done till now are all set to happen on this master branch. You can imagine this branch as a virtual directory in your local repository, or as virtual copies of your local repository, right? That's a master branch. Virtual copies in the sense, see, I have the master branch, right? Let's suppose now, let's say I just want to make some, let's take a scenario. There is a functional requirement of client called functional, like requirement 1. Okay, some requirement. Okay, for this, I have to make some changes in file 1 as well as file 2 on some line number 3 on file 1, line number 4 here. Okay, I'm working on it. Meanwhile, client came up with another requirement 2. There also I have to modify the same files, file 1 and file 2. But file 1, I have to make changes on line number 7. Here I have to make line number 8. For example, means they were same files, but changes were different if you notice. Right? The configurations you have to modify or add, whatever, the changes were different. But let's imagine, let's suppose, okay, I'm making changes for requirement 1 here as well, requirement 2 as well here only. Means file 1 will have changes on line 3, line 7. File 2 will have changes on line 4, line 8. After some days, let's say this keep on continuing, functional requirements, so many modifications are coming up, both the same. If this keep on going, can I differentiate? Can I distinguish the changes of requirement 1 and requirement 2? Is that possible? Can I do that? Is this possible? Yeah, I cannot identify which changes are for requirement 1, which changes are for requirement 2. You may be having a question why you should identify. Let it be. But another challenge comes in. Let's say requirement 1 should be pushed to remote on August. We want to release this. But this one should go for next release maybe in December. How do you do that? How is that possible? How can you push them separately? Right? So means the problem here is parallel development is happening. You are working on multiple requirements. Development is, maybe, see here I told you requirement. They might be separate modules. Let's, if you take online banking application, these changes may be related to login module. These changes may be related to credit cards module. Right? We want to manage them separately. Parallelly, development should happen. There might be huge projects, but there'll be separate teams for modules as well, isn't it? Where modules are big. When you are in IT, you definitely have experience. You might have definitely experienced it. There'll be separate teams for each module. So they want to manage their changes separately. How is that possible? Can you put everything in the same folder? Imagine master branch. A branch is like a virtual copy of your repository. So if I put everything here, it gets messed up. So I get an idea. Why don't I create a copy of the master branch? Imagine this is your master branch. Okay, a folder. Imagine it like a virtual folder. I'll create a copy of this master branch. Okay, name it as whatever you may name it as like credit card module. Okay, this is, let's say, login. Generally, it will be master branch. We name others as feature branch of master. Feature, the name would be like feature / credits. Okay, I have created a copy. Means imagine there is a folder called master. I have created a copy of. Yes, they were same. Here you will have file 1. Here also you will have file 1, same files, sorry, file 1 as well as file 2. Here also same. They were same till you make the copy. From now onwards, after you make a copy, they work like two parallel entities. Means functional requirement 2, 1 you may do here. Functional requirement 2, you will make the changes here. So that there were two separate folders. If you want, you can push this master on August, this one on December, which is perfectly fine. Means what is this branch doing? Branches allow you to go for parallel development. Parallelly, you can work on multiple modules. You can maintain separate releases. Even they can be referred as versions. Right? All of that are possible. In some cases, each developer may create their own branch, make the changes there. It was like a copy, right? Generally, actually, in reality, we don't make any changes on master. You create a branch, multiple branches from master, name one as branch 1, other one as branch 2, make changes there. Master, we never make changes there. We'll keep it as a separate copy for production. We don't mess up master. Why should you do that? Why can't you do everything on master? That's what. You don't want to mess up the actual things. You just work on here. Later, what you can do? Branches can be temporary, means you can maintain them like a temporary kind of. Means, okay, I have done something on this branch. Once complete work is done, it was working fine. I'll merge it. I'll put it back. Or else, maybe I want to maintain separate releases, separate versions. Yes, I'll put it separately. Permanent branch. Right? That is the concept of branch. Once you make the branch, if you make any changes in master, it will not be visible to the other branch. And if you make any changes here, it will not be visible to master and vice versa. They work like two parallel entities. Got it, all of you? Understood, everyone?
Yes.
Yeah.
But Preeti, if suppose our work is done, okay, on second branch, which we have created the credit, and if suppose I merge that with the master, okay, and again I want to do some changes, is it possible?
Possible. You can do again changes and again merge it back.
Okay, means again entire copy of master will come to my second branch.
If you create a branch, see, only when you create a branch, you will get a copy. Later on, you will work on both the branches parallelly. If you want to merge, you merge this back to master and delete this feature branch. Or else you merge it again, make changes here, again also you can merge it.
Okay.
See, in layman terms, just imagine a simple folder here. Okay, take some folder, whatever you want. Okay, so this is folder. This is the master or the default or the main branch. Now, this is the branch. Okay, this is the branch. Understood? This is master. They were same only when you make a branch. Later on, whatever you make changes here, it will not be visible to this, isn't it? Are they visible if I make something here?
No.
They work like two separate folders, parallel entities. Let's say I'm writing a story. Here is the story. I made another copy because I got two ideas how to put the climax. So I will create a copy. I'll make another climax here. This one will have another climax. Means two versions of the story. If I like both of them, I may send both of them as separate two stories to the publisher. If they want, they may publish as two stories. Or else if I feel like this is not good, only this one is good, I can merge it back. Or else if this is not good, I can delete it, whatever it is. Right? So that's the concept of branching.
Yes.
Hope you got an idea. Okay, we will do hands-on on all of this. Don't worry. Okay, it will be very much interesting. We'll do. But for now, I'll just show you. If you want to see all the branches, Git branch. See only one branch, default branch, main branch, master branch. You can create branches from this master. You can do lot many things. We will start hands-on on this in the next session. Right? So that's all for today. But any questions you have, you can ask me. And see, once you have completed your hands-on, like if you have done like whatever we have done in the class, also go through the website for the scenario-based questions. See, don't leave, please. Okay, I'll be also sharing the quiz on the topics we discussed today so that it will help you to evaluate yourself. So just stay back for a while.
Preeti, is it possible to delete master and branches also?
Branches you can delete, but master branch you can't delete.
Okay, in that repository, if I have added one repository, I can't be deleted anytime.
Repository you can branch, I'm saying. When you create a repository, branch will be there, right? You can't delete the master branch.
Okay, so I
Any
can
other
delete the
branches you
repository
can
itself.
delete. You can
If I
delete the
delete the
repository.
repository,
Then it
then it
will go
will.
away. Yes.
Preeti, yesterday's course, if you want to.
Yesterday recording, right? Yeah, recordings are available on YouTube. Okay, they were available. Today's recording also will be available on YouTube. From tomorrow onwards, like hope you all got access to the drive and the course material. If anyone haven't, please check with Raj. Tomorrow also the webinar link will change. So confirm and enroll yourself. We can go to quiz. I don't know why it was asking for. Here, please start the second quiz. Just give me a second. I'll share it in the Zoom. Give me a minute, please. Meanwhile, any questions you have, you can ask me. Yeah, I have shared the link in the Zoom. Can you all see that?
Yes, okay.
Yeah, please go through the quiz. I'll be there for 5 more minutes. Any questions you have, you can also ask me. You can also access the same quiz from the website. For the registered candidates, they'll have access. They can log in. You can also handle the quiz from there as well. Otherwise, yeah, here is the link in the Zoom chat for today.
Pretty, I'm not able to see the quiz link in the chat. Could you please paste one more time?
Hello? Anyone
Yes,
speaking?
yes. Actually, I'm not able to see the quiz link. Could you please one more time paste in
In
chat?
the Zoom chat, I have shared the link. I'm sending it again.
I can see. Thank you.